Okay, so before I forget, just to clock the time for this new read that I'm doing, since I have kind of figured this is going into the past. It gives us a timeline and it is telling issues connected with the past. So I have a question that I need sorted out just to understand what time we're doing this. 27th of February 2025, Thursday, 12:34 in the afternoon. We're coming close to lunchtime. So I finished my lunch already. Yes, finished my lunch already. We take Gaur Mata's blessings, Ganeshji's blessings, Krishna's blessings, Shivji's blessings, Hanumanji's blessings. Okay. We also take Shirdi Sai Baba's blessings. And we start with the read. So, what is the read today? The read is primarily the time when I was staying at Holiday Inn Racecourse. And at that time, let's just say a lookalike, a person who was delivering food to my room. He was hotel staff, but he was slightly different from the rest of the staff that was working at Holiday Inn Racecourse. And simultaneous to that, some two very strange instances. One being that Cyrus Mistry or Shakurji Palunji, there was a news flash that he had passed away with his friends, with some of his friends. Okay. And then my exit from the hotel finally after 5 weeks. But over there, the crowd at the lobby was just very different from what I've ever seen in my life. And I've already stayed here twice for a long time. And anyway, I'd stayed in these hotels for about 6 months. Not all these type, but okay. But I had never dealt with this kind of a crowd. Also, the car, otherwise, the concierge understands I need a car. He has it. It's never that I'm waiting for, not long that I wait for half an hour and wait for a car to come from an external tourist company, not via the hotel itself. And there's a lady over there sitting, a couple of people over there that just don't feel right for the setting. Not that they don't feel right for the setting, they're okay in their own power, but something just feels a little off, something feels a little strange. And that's the reason why I wanted to revisit the boy who was doing the delivery of the food. Just that. Okay, in case Shirdi Sai Baba wants to give any information on that situation. That's all. So, Shirdi Sai Baba. So, Shirdi Sai Baba, are you with me as of now? Shirdi Sai Baba, I've just mentioned what it is that I wanted, the timeline that I'm talking about when I was staying at Holiday Inn Racecourse in the year 2022. It was in July, August 2022. I'm not asking about the earlier time, 2019. I'm asking about 2022 here at Bangalore. And whatever instance, well, let's just say the incidences that happened, I would like a background on that. If that timeline has been recorded, since now we are in 2025. So it is literally about 2.5 years down the line. So if we can visit that timeline. I'm more interested in knowing about the boy who was doing the delivery of the food for the room service. I'm more interested in knowing if there is any connect to this whole situation, if there was any connect to this whole situation, or it was my imagination. And let's say the instances or the incidences that happened simultaneously, the manner in which it happened. So, okay, I'll do a throw and let's just see what we get. Okay. Okay, so Shirdi Sai Baba, please guide. Boyfriend of somebody. Boyfriend Pa or boyfriend AP. Red. Sin. EA. N. Boyfriend raped C. Sin in. Oh, boyfriend aped EA. Boyfriend AP are pinned is pinned. Some den. Boyfriend ready AP. Sin. He used to be the boyfriend of Reddy from AP at some point in time. He probably came there to do some research of his own to see if it's the same person. Sen EA? Oh, are we talking about Sanyo? Sen. Sandy's name is here. Boyfriend Sandy seen rape. Or was it Andy? Andy seen boyfriend rape. Andy base preen FD. Base preen find EA. They were looking for someone. I think they were looking for Anne. Whoever this Anne girl is. Base PR rid N. Connected with Fa, I have a feeling. So they were looking for somebody. I'm not that person. I'm the original JAYA.ADVANI. And I'm not Beena. I'm JAYA.ADVANI. Your Anne is a rear door entry infiltration into my home. My home was never a base camp for just anybody to come in rear door entry. That also connected with the ISL because that's what the other reading was talking about. My first passport as JAYA.ADVANI was when I was 7 years old. Explain it to your base camp and ask them to come here and meet me along with your heads. Who is the top of your military? Who's the topmost over there? He should meet me. Taaki all this rubbish stops. Base pride was Fa Anne. Your Anne is going to become Sophia, I think. Said Anne Fee PR. AB or IB? I don't understand why we have to pay fees of people rear door entering into our setup. Our setup, from a business perspective, has been set up much earlier. It is our setup that has lost lots of things. So, what do you think PR you'll do to give me teach what fee for Anne, what fee of Anne? Anne has presented herself as Anne in our family when? I think you people have been chipped. I think you need to relook at it because your brains are not functioning according to how it should function. It's highly illogical for most part. If you do this in everybody's home, nobody will be able to work, nobody will be able to make money, nobody will be able to live a proper life. Ultimately, come back to affect the country only. I don't know if there is anything called BASF. It's connected with the military or what is it connected with? God only knows. BASF Dahej Dispersions Plant Line. I don't know what BASF is. Termite Solutions. I think it is a termite solution, something for getting rid of termites. When Shirdi Sai Baba says something, no, we'll see how and what you do. We'll see what you do. You do what you have to do. We'll see what Shirdi Sai Baba does with you. Take your shit and shove it somewhere else. You understood, woman? Prepare for house. Prepare for notifications. Prepare for... 1 minute, let's see. This is where it's coming from. The shit. Likha kya hai? What's the nonsense written? Prepare for house. Prepare for notifications. Prepare for whatever. These are the people sitting and stealing. यही है जो चोरी करते हैं. Okay? All the BS of the world. Because 24/7 they're playing all these lousy sounds of the SpaceX or whatever it is. Useless as hell. Keep the BS to the minimum. We'll pick you up through Interpol and kick your ass straight into jail if you do too much of this shit. You understood? And that won't be this kind of sounds. That'll actually have the military picking you up and thrashing you. That'll actually have the military picking you up and thrashing you. Bertie is my maid. Don't ever change it. Don't ever fucking change it. And she's not my maid today. That maid worked at my home for 2 years. You look like you could sponsor her. Do it. But don't bloody mouth fuck for free in my home. Or with a proper, no legal notice but a charge sheet against you fucks. You'll actually get the handcuffs put on you and kicked into jail. And from the Indian courts, it will be judged that you go to JAYA.ADVANI or Tihar jail. You won't like it. But if you earn it, you'll get put into it. Did you understand? Hey! Don't fuck around. Come on. Keep it straight. Stupidity. Hey! Keep it straight. Because if the police from India catches you, they will be a zillion times worse than what I am. You understood? Bloody stupidity. Stupid woman. Hey! You're stupid. Height of stupidity. Total trash. Useless. Stupid. This is what these fucks do. Keeping this for the police. And then we have people in India playing into their hands in this cheap manner. Now you understand how these fucks work? I want them arrested. Putting a CID complaint along with the Indian military complaint. Along with the cyber cell. जिसने हमारा राउटर को रीराउट किया है और जिसने हमारे घर में मिक्स प्लग किया है, ये चुतियों को अरेस्ट करना है. ये कंस के काम करते हैं. Make them in line. They lie all the time. Useless crap around the world. Stink shit bitch. Careful. So this had something to do with the girl Anne. Find out who Anne is. Did she shapeshift for Varsha? Bertie is Birdie La, but I don't know what this Birdie is. There was one version of there was one version of I don't know, in Bartila's place, how many people have shapeshifted for Bartila? You have taken her story as South African somewhere. You took her to South Africa. You've taken this to South Africa somewhere. PF is what? Is it PFP or something? What is that group which keeps opening and closing? There is some tarot group, right? Okay, whatever. It's not here. Not sure. There was something to do with PF, but now I cannot find what it is. Okay, so anyway, find out about the P. I don't know whether it was PFP or something of that sort. Not sure. But this had to do with this girl called Bartira only. I think on her there has to be a questioning. The investigation has to be on this girl. I don't know whether she and Anne had a fight at some point in time. Again, for Anne, we're getting far. But then this girl would have been my mother at that point in time. Because the one who was wearing fa no could have been my sister Varsha, who gave birth to Sharanya at that time, or she just stood in for Varsha at some point in time. This is around the time where Varsha's baby had just been born. So Bartila has worked in my home how many months after Varsha's baby was born? Hardly 2 months she would have worked in my home after Varsha's baby was born. Varsha's baby was born on 2nd of May 2005. Bartila would have been sent back to Regina Pacis convent by about June, July, in and around June, July. She was sent back to Regina. Bartila was sent back to Regina Pacis pretty soon after, within 5 months, I think, 5-6 months of me returning back to Fort Jaswell to settle down in Fort Jaswell. Otherwise, I was staying at Suman Towers. 1401 Sumantas, which is about 2 hours away from Fort Jaswal. Bartila started working at Fort Jaswal sometime, I think, in June, July 2003. And I almost immediately, within a month's time, went away to Suman Towers to settle, to see, get a job and things like that. So I was working as an executive assistant at Travel Genie. Then my cousin got married, so I came back to Jaswal, and then I didn't leave it after that. But that was 2005, 2004 end. 2005. Then 2005 to 2000, this girl left, I think, within 5 months of my returning to Fort Jaswal. She was sent back to Regina Pash's convent. Now, Fa Anne is who? Varsha? How can Anne be Indu, Indra, Varsha, Shalina? How can she play this role? She can't be Anne. So who is Anne is the big question. And how did she be in touch with Bertie, who worked in our home, and she was a full-time maid for 2 years in our home? That's the Advani household. What does Anne have to do with it? So because of this girl there is something, or because of this girl there is something? This is about my stay at Holiday Inn Racecourse, and the waiter who was, or the person who was doing the room service, they're saying he was known to the maid who was working at my house, Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy or another Reddy. What does that Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy have to do with Bartila, the domestic help of my home, back in 2003 to 2005? Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy was also a maid at my home here at Bangalore, but for the first 1.5 years. After I have returned from Bombay, Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy's husband, she says, got into an accident. But then it is on the back of it that we've seen on that maid, other maids coming to work at my home with that identity. But the Kamali Bhai from so far away and so much earlier, 18 years, that woman's face is in the maid's face who's working at my home. And this artificial intelligence has been changing ownership through and through and through. What is the BASF? What is that? What is PF? Or FP? Why is the police not doing a verification of these people actually? And when these people are leaving from the job, after that, why is the police doing the verification? For 3 years, the police didn't do anything. In fact, when it is being identified there's a problem, nobody is doing anything. After the woman has left, then the police wants to start having want to inform the owners as to what verification should be done on the maids coming into our house after my maid has stopped working at my home. Who are you supporting? Who are you supporting? If you are not involved in all this heat that is happening, then I don't know what you are doing. I know ISI. If I was ISI, I'd be living a zillion times better life somewhere else. Not pandering to this bullshit. AP fa and seen bird. What bird? AP bride fa and sen. Which sen is this? And which an is that? Which fa is that? The maid who was working in my home, Mrs. Madhav E. Reddy, REDI, is a marriage status woman who was working as a maid at my home. She's not my mother, she's not my grandmother, she's not my relative. She worked as a part-time maid at my home. On the back of that, you have done lots of things connected with the knock and the sata. What have you done? What bullshit is this? If you are going to upload lies via the artificial intelligence, no, the military should involve itself. They need to take these people into questioning almost immediately. This is what, an LBT group, or what the hell is this shit? Yet there was a boyfriend involved, right? An English pass bride BF at other people's homes, because my name, I don't know who Anne is, I don't know who the boyfriend is, who is the bride. You just go to other people's homes, make yourselves comfortable, and then create a mess in their homes. My marriage got over in 5 months. I am the daughter of Mr. Kanya Lal JAYA.ADVANI or Mr. Kanya Advani. My assets were given to me before I was 12 years old. Your birdies worked in my house when I was 12 years old. It was 1982-83. Birdie has worked in my house in 2003 to 2005. Your birdie is from South Africa. She's got Bugs Bunny teeth. I don't see why she should be anybody's bride. When my father has a huge social circle with quite a lot of good lookers in them and more his age. So Anne doesn't seem fine. Birdie doesn't seem fine. The boyfriend doesn't seem fine. They all seem like people who grab, and they're all from the domestic help category. None of them seem fine. So it becomes actually a police issue. It becomes a CID case of a very high order, along with the Indian military. That should put you in your place. You and your entire rat network of shit. Kya hai? Gautam E. And that Pabitra. And that Kanwali Bai and Bombay. Kya naukarjat tum log ho? Ramkhor. Hey, useless shit. Don't go to homes asking for employment or getting employed on a paghar and then fuck around in those homes because you are bloody rat shit. Pakka chutiye. Gutter ke piddash. Careful, bitch. Useless class of crap.